welcome to Gumboots. Today we are going to learn the story The Three Little Pigs. Mrs. Pig. She had three little pigs. One day Mrs. Pig was very tired. Oh dear, she said to her three little pigs. I can't do this work anymore. I am afraid of you. Must leave home own way in the world. So the three little pigs set off. The first little pig saw some sticks and got an idea. Can I do something of the sticks and straws? Can I make a... He began to think. Then he started making a house of sticks and straws. First little pig went off to find a good place to build his house. The second little pig further saw some woods and he got an idea. Can I build a house made up of wood? It will be easy and good house for me. The third little pig did not think much of this. I am going to build myself a much bigger, better, stronger house, he thought. And he carried off down the road until he met a man with a cart load of bricks. Off said the man, where would you like me to unhold them? The three little pigs looked around and saw a nice path of ground under a tree. Over there, he pointed. They all set to work, and by night time the house of straw and the house of sticks were built. But the house of bricks were only just beginning to rise above the ground. The first and the second little pigs laughed. They thought their brother was really silly, having to work so hard when they had finished. However, a few days later, the brick house was completed and looked very smart with shiny windows, a neat little chimney, and a shiny knocker on the door. One starlit night, soon after they had settled in, a wolf came out looking for food. Light of the moon, he escaped the first little pig's house of straw and he sidled up the door and called,
Little pig, let me come in.
No, by the hair of my chin-chin, replied the little pig.
Then I will huff and I will puff and I will blow your house in,
Said the wolf, who was very big, bad and greedy sort of wolf. And he huffed and puffed and blew the house in. The pig ran away as fast as his tortoise could carry him and went to the second little pig's house to hide. The next night, the wolf was even hungrier and he saw the house of. He crept up the door and called,
Little pig, let me come in.
Oh no, not by the hair of my chinny chin, said the second little pig as the first little pig hid trembling under the stairs.
Then I will huff and I will puff and I will blow your house in,
Said the wolf. And he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. But the little pig ran away as fast as their tortoise could carry them and went to the third little pig's house to hide. What did I tell you? Said the third little pig. It is important to build house properly. But he welcomed them in and they all settled down for the rest of the night. That night the wolf was even more hungrier and feeling bigger and bigger than ever. Prowling around, he came to the third little pig's house. He crept up the door and called,
Little pig, let me come in.
Oh no, not by my hair of my chinny chin, said the third little pig. Second little pigs hid trembling under the stairs.
Then I will huff and I will puff and I will blow your house,
said the wolf. Well, he puffed and he huffed at the same time. He puffed and huffed at the same time again. He huffed, and he puffed, but he could not get the house to fall down. He was finally out of breath to the point that he could not huff anymore. So he took a break and thought for a while.
This was too much. Now I will eat this pig anyhow. I want them in my dinner.
The little pig saw the wolf entering from the chimney. He got an idea. He put a pot of water to boil. The small piggy then pulled off the lid just as the wolf was about to fall down the chimney, and splat! The wolf fell into the hot water. The pig recovered the wolf. The wolf then ran out of the door anyhow. He ran faster and faster as much as he can. The three pigs now started living happily. Moral of the story is never shy away from doing hard work as it always pays off. Little learners, today we studied the three little pigs. Got to understand that hard work is the only key to success. Little learners, it's time to say bye-bye. We will meet in our another story. Thank you very much. Learn a story. The Thirsty Crow. Once upon a time, there lived a crow who lived in the forest. The crow was traveling from a long time. The crow was very thirsty. He looked for water here and there, but could not find any water. In the search of water, the crow traveled more and more but couldn't find any water. At last, he saw a pot. He went near the pot. The crow became very happy. But when the crow came close to the pot had very little water. He looked here and there and he got an idea. He saw some pebbles lying on the ground. If I put something into the pot, the water can come up. He picked the pebbles one by one with the help of the beak and dropped in the pot. He again picked some pebbles and put them into the beak one by one. He did that again and again. After some time, the water came up. The crow drank the water and flew away happily. The moral of the story is, if you try hard enough and never give up, the success will be yours. Thanks.
Hello little learners, welcome to Gumboots. Today we are going to learn a new story. It's The Curious Caterpillar. Once upon a time in a garden there lived a curious little caterpillar named Coco. Coco was not like other caterpillars. He loved to explore and ask questions about everything around him. One sunny morning, while munching on a Coco noticed a colorful beauty butterfly gracefully above him. Mesmerized by his beauty, he just loved the beautiful butterfly, her wings, her eyes. He just loved that butterfly. Coco asked the butterfly, "From where did you come? And how do you get so lovely wings? From where do you get so lovely eyes?" The butterfly smiled and replied, "I was once a caterpillar, just like you, Coco. I transform into a butterfly through a magical process called as metamorphosis." The wide-eyed and the eyes with wonder and question, Coco asked, "Can I become a beautiful butterfly like you?" The butterfly nodded. "Yes, Coco, you can of course be a beautiful butterfly. But first, you have to spin yourself in a cozy cocoon and trust in the magic of change. He encountered friendly ladybugs, busy bees, and wild old spiders, each offering guidance and encouragement to the caterpillar. Yes, Coco, you can do it, the ladybug said. All the best, Coco. Coco, give your best, the busy bee said. Finally, Coco found a quiet spot and spinning his cocoon. Day by day, he patiently waited, filled anticipation and hope. As the days turned into the weeks, his cocoon began to shimmer and shake. Then, one glorious morning emerged from his silky home, not as a caterpillar, but as a magnificent, beautiful, colorful butterfly with colorful wings spread wide. Coco soared into the sky, dancing among the flowers, spread joy wherever he went. He realized that change was not just about becoming something new, but embracing and waiting for the beauty of transformation. And so, Coco
Hello little learners, welcome to Gumboots. Today we are going to learn a new story, The Fox and the Crow. Once upon a time, a big black hungry crow was flying around looking for food. He came across a big piece of bread lying on the ground and picked it up in his beak. He then flew to a tree nearby and perched on his branch. He looked forward to eating the bread. A fox passing by saw the crow perched on the tree with the bread in his beak. The fox thought to himself, that bread looks so tasty. I have to find a way to get it from the crow. The fox walked up to the tree and said, "Oh crow, you are looking so handsome today. Your feathers are so shiny. You look like the king of the birds. I am sure your voice is so majestic as your presence. You are so beautiful." The crow was pleased to hear his praise, but could not say a word because of the bread in his beak. The fox continued, "Of birds, do let me have a pleasure of hearing you sing. I will be the most blessed fox." The crow, who had never heard such a praise, could no longer control himself. He stretched his neck, raised his head to the sky, and began to caw loudly. "Caw, caw!" And down fell the bread right into the waiting fox's mouth. The crow was left cawing while the fox gobbled up the bread. And down fell the bread right into the waiting fox's mouth. The crow was left cawing while the fox ate up the bread. Moral of the story is, be aware of flattery. Little learners, so this was our story for today. We will meet in our next video. Thank you. Welcome to Gumboots. Hello little learners, welcome to Gumboot. In today's we're going to learn a story, The Golden Egg. Once upon a time, there was a family which used to live in a village. They had a lovely hen who laid one egg each day. It was just an egg, but it was a golden egg. But the man was not satisfied with what he was getting on regular basis. He decided to increase his wealth. The man wanted to collect all his hen's golden egg at once. So one day, after much thought, he came upon with an idea. He made the decision to kill the hen and collect all of the eggs. When the hen laid an golden egg the next day, the man cut off his neck and spilled open its body. There was nothing but blood and no egg to be found. He was no longer be able to obtain even a single egg. With no egg a day, his life was going smoothly, but suddenly he had made his own life a misery. As a result of his greed, he became more poorer and poorer by day. Little learners, in the story, The Golden Egg, because of the greed of the farmer, he lost his golden hen, which used to give a golden egg. So, little learners, what is the moral of the story we learned from the moral of the story is, the greed is a curse. You have to pray for your greed. Little learners, this was today. Be with our new story in our next video. Up till then, bye-bye everyone. Thank you very much.